guys. So people with majority of tight hips, they aren't able to load the hip. They're gonna also have a lot of tightness through the outside of that hip abductor there. Okay, so what we wanna do for people who can't really get into a 90-90 position with their knees, that essentially just means the front leg's in 90, the back leg parallel with the spine, foot going back in 90. Okay, if you can't get into that full position on the floor, you get a box, a cushion, something to provide that extra support under that hip. Going through this progression, I want you to first of all think about bracing those abs. Okay, push out with those abs. That keeps the nice spine, okay, nice and compacted, so you don't have any injuries with it. From there, I want you to think of pushing the front glute backwards, and you're going to rotate your chest over the front knee, and you're going to hinge yourself down to load that hip. You're gonna feel a little tightness on the outside of the hip. When you get to your end range, you are going to take a nice deep breath and come on out of it. Okay? Now everyone's gonna have a different type of distance they can get into. Just try to hinge back. You wanna keep your spine as neutral as possible. Nice deep breath, load, come back out. Okay. The next progression would be to take away that foam roll. Okay? You're gonna be here, now you're all the way on the ground. To start, we're gonna do the same exact thing. So now you're gonna actually shift your butt back, hinge down, get a little bit deeper of a stretch. Deep breath. Good. Now some people might ask how we're gonna transition into the opposite side. First progression would be assistance, right? So we're still gonna keep the brace. You wanna try to keep your feet exactly where they are, and you'll see what I mean when I transition. So you're gonna use your knees to open up nice and wide. And you transition into that opposite 90-90, okay? From there, you're then going to rotate over that front knee, hinge that back. Nice deep breath, okay? Once you progress past that, to make it a little bit more difficult, you can avoid that assistance. Try to open up those knees, drive back into that 90-90 position. Okay, come, and you can use your hands to progress yourself back down. Nice deep breath, push that glute back, come back up. Now for the more advanced people, you can turn it into a shin box. So a shin box essentially means after you do your 90-90, breathing and hinging, you draw that back knee up to that front foot. From there, you try to bring yourself up, bringing your glutes through, kind of using your shin as that pivotal, okay? Squeeze your glutes, you're gonna get a hip flexor stretch here, okay? It's also, when you come back in that hinge, you're gonna sit back down in that nice pattern, okay? It's a transition, you would basically just go into that same effect. Back up, squeeze. Always keep those abs nice and braced. Nice and slow on your transitions back down. No abrupt movements. You want to be injury proof here. Okay? The last progression is basically a good way for people to get up off the floor without any hands. Okay? So what we're going to do, go through the hinge, come up on the shin box. Okay? And to get around this might be difficult for most people. You're going to whip that back leg around. Now you're going to have to be in a hip flexor position. Okay, squeeze your glutes from here. You want to lunge up. Get back down. Reverse lunge back. It's slow. Weight on that front foot. Okay. Here's the hardest transition back. Okay, if you need assistance, use your arms. Whip back into that shin box. Hinge down. Repeat one way to the opposite side. We're going to come up, over. Box up, around, hip flexor stretch, drop. Okay? Based off your difficulties, your skill, your physical activity, you can kind of pick which progression you'd like to work with. Build your way up. All right?